Well, I've been engaged in Africa development for approximately 40 years, right? Started off with being a Peace Corps volunteer, did certainly my graduate research on Africa, went to the World Bank for, a number of years and working in a number of countries, lived in Africa for over 15 years and went to work with USAID in the Africa Bureau for, about 15 years, and then moved over to the Bureau for Food Security during those periods of time where I've performed a variety of different kinds of roles and got to experience dozens and dozens of countries in Africa and make some tremendous friendships and relationships. Africa Lead is really, I think, founded on the basis of Africans leading Africa, right? Where it is, really helping to drive that vision of Africa. It is, wanting to get those leaders, building their, capacity so that they could do this. And so Africa Lead 2 was really helping, to make a transition, of building the country's systems, right? So that we can see systems change, so we can see systemic change begin to actually take root. We do see, leaders embracing, the power and the importance of agriculture to really, drive, both prosperity and poverty reduction, right? And, embracing the notion that there are strategies for actually accomplishing that. And that the citizens actually have voice in that through the non-state actors that are there. Really, when you start to think about what are the business systems that are going to enable agriculture to benefit, right, the general populations, how do we know whether or not agricultural business systems are really maturing enough so that they can drive transformation, influencing enough people, right, so that you can reach the kinds of changes in prosperity and poverty and hunger, to occur. When you see delivery systems of services, right, actually taking root so that you have people being reached with the services, whether it is input services, whether it is financial services, whether it is technology services, the question is, are there really relationships between the parts of the system really working so that you can drive transformation, right, and see, the benefits take shape from agriculture as a centerpiece of the economy and social systems. Africa Lead is, made a great deal of progress in this second phase of, building a community of practice, of people that actually believe in and want to see institutions strengthening and working more effectively and having greater inclusive participation in those institutions and the decision-making processes. That continuum of relationships is one of the reasons why Africa Lead is so successful. Over this next year, Africa Lead is going to actually help countries so that they are getting their new strategies in place. Africa Lead is going to help to ensure that the accountability systems that they are seeking to be put into place are actually working. Africa Lead is actually going to be helping, to ensure that leaders, right, have the ability to actually, manage their systems effectively. So one always wonders what is actually the value, right, of some of the different, assistance that is there. And I think that I've actually had 2 or 3 aha moments in terms of, is this really important to do and what's the value of this? One of, those moments was in an audience of leaders, right, of probably 400 people in an audience of African leaders, meaning senior government and private sector and civil society leaders, engaging in a discussion about what is important for Africa to accomplish. And when these different leaders would stand up and not have any exposure, not knowing that I'm actually present in the room, and stand up and go, I am a champion for change. That's good. I have, had the great pleasure of having, participated in, the many discussions with the leaders from the Africa Union and one of their, commissioners, as they were going through, their, work, and saying that one of the reasons why they were actually re-elected to the Africa Union as a commissioner was because of the work of Africa Lead. Because Africa Lead was recognized as affiliated with them, as actually delivering the kind of services that countries wanted, and they wanted that to continue. Africa Lead is important in building the momentum for change to occur and be sustained.